Right. As we move forward, like every business team is going to have a human intelligence and they are going to have a AI system intelligence. And one of the most basic components of the AI intelligence are the prompts that your team is using. And I wanted to show you some examples of the prompt versioning feature that is there on AI Central, which is one of my favorite features in AI Central. So let's have a look at let's. I wanted to take some examples and see how that and explain how that is really beneficial. Okay, so I wanted to take two examples here. So this is the humanizing AI prompt. So basically, any kind of content which is generated, you can run this prompt so that it becomes more plain English types, which is one of the most common things that you hear about AI content, right? And it is just too high-handed and just so this is a prompt for that. Now, as you start using it, you will like there could be some instances where it is using again high-handed language, and you will want to edit this prompt, right? So you just basically edit it as a new version, and if you come across some words and say, okay, don't use words like XYZ. This is a simple way in which this intelligence gets back to the prompt, and this is what a prompt it gets saved as version 2. So, for example, don't use words like whatever it is. So that gets saved as version 2, right? So that this is version 2. And so when it comes to this prompt, this is one addition. The other addition could be, when you're using it for in the agency scenario, when you're using it for brand one, brand two, brand three, there will be different nuances that you want to add in this particular prompt if your team is using it. Right. So let's take another example. And in fact, with respect to this whole nuances point that I was saying, we are trying to enhance this section by having a parent child relationship. So yeah, look out for that in this particular section. I want to take one more example. Okay, this one. So this one was basically, this is a prompt which is basically telling the AI to find businesses who don't have a website, right? And you can see the inclusion criteria here and the exclusion criteria. And this has been built over time. And that's why a prompt versioning is such a great idea, because maybe you start with two of these. And as you start looking at the outputs, as you start working on this assignment, you'll feel and maybe your client will tell you that, okay, we should not be reaching out to Etsy only sellers or dropship pages. So these are things which you will understand after you go forward in that particular assignment. I'm talking from an agency perspective. So that's why, again, prompt versioning, being able to edit this prompt and then the team starts using it. That's such a good idea. The other cool thing about this is that remember, the prompts are being used in the workflow section, right? So there will be scenarios where this prompt is getting used in one of the steps. Automatically, that gets updated by itself, the and at any point of time, if you want to share when you're using a prompt, if you want to share the output of the prompt, you can always do that. So you can, if you're using a prompt and you want to share the output, you can always do that. So again, there is that, you can always check with your other team members with respect to the prompt that you're using in the output that you're getting. Right. So, yeah, I just wanted to take a few examples of trying to tell you guys practically how this really makes a big difference. It's such a simple thing, but it's surprisingly not done by most business teams. And it's so easy to start adopting this as a team. And when you talk about adoption by business teams, AI adoption of business teams, this is one of the easiest, like the first set of ways in which you can start getting AI adopted in your team. Thanks.